Aloft on the beaches of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina in 1903, the Wright brothers archived an unprecedented level of airmanship. That technology and proven design of their first successful flight is still used in virtually every plane in the air today. This performance inspired an aviation revolution across the world and has led to rapid advancement in the understanding and development of airplanes. Today, we will be looking into 10 of the most incredible airplanes in the world since the Wright brothers' successful first flight. Before we take off, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. 10. Solar Impulse. The first ever zero-emission aircraft powered exclusively by solar energy with a wingspan 236 feet, height 29 feet, 4 electric motors, and a cruising speed 56 miles per hour. The first of its kind from Sweden was able to circumvent the Earth and complete its 26,000-mile or 40,000-kilometer journey in Abu Dhabi in 2016. Although it was a far-fetched project for decades, the $170 million project took 16 months of preparation and the best innovation of solar batteries the world has to offer. The F1EC battery is a state-of-the-art battery that extends the lifespan of the battery and enhances the capacity, which made solar-powered night flight a reality. The pilots Picard and Borschberg traded off flying the plane for 17 legs of the venture. Each slept only in short intervals to tend to the plane's demands. Its wings couldn't tip more than 5 degrees, otherwise the craft might spin out of control due to its low weight and expansive size. This unfortunate constructional obstacle meant that even a small spot of foul weather or winds would easily whip the plane off course. Although the plane itself isn't grand in the entire scheme of aviation, the development of new solar cells, new solar batteries, and motors is nothing short of a technological cutting-edge advancement for solar and aerospace technology, and therefore, humankind. 9. General Dynamics F16 Fighting Falcon. A top of speed twice the speed of sound, a ceiling of 50,000 feet, and an ability to pull 9 times the force of gravity with just a single engine. All these features rocket the F-16, making it one of the most important planes ever built. The frameless bubble canopy gives pilots unprecedented and unrestricted visibility. A gently reclined seating position reduces the effects of extreme G-forces on the pilot, thereby allowing for more aggressive maneuvering. The F-16 was the first fighter designed to be aerodynamically unstable. This improves maneuverability but decreases controllability. A side stick is connected to a computer-augmented fly-by-wire system that accepts input from the pilot. This system manipulates the aircraft to attain the desired results without loss of control. More than 4,500 of these aircrafts have been built since 1976, and today the F-16 is a staple in the military fleets of more than 25 nations. With a wingspan of 31 feet, length of 49 feet, height 16 feet, and top speed of 13,033 miles per hour, the one-crew fighter jet can reach a sky ceiling of 50,000 feet and carrying up to 12,000 pounds of weight, excluding the many cannons and missiles. 8. Scaled Composites Voyager. Smithsonian worthy and in the pages of history for being the first non-stop, non-refueled flight around the world by airplane. The Voyager was originally conceived by Burt Rutan in 1980 and had its first flight in 1984 after 2 years of construction. The airframe was built without metal components. The main material used was a composite sandwich of paper honeycomb and graphite fiber, molded and oven-cured. Weight-saving materials kept the airframe to a structural weight of just 939 pounds. With a length of 29 feet, wingspan of 110 feet, 8 inches, maximum speed of 150 miles per hour, the gross weight is 9,700 pounds. Voyager is, in effect, a flying fuel tank. Its gross takeoff weight for the record flight was 9,694.5 pounds, of which 7,011 pounds was fuel. Carried in 17 tanks of 26,366 statute miles, lasted 9 days, and was piloted by Dick Rutan and Gianna Yeager. Power for the non-stop flight came from 2 engines, one at each end of the fuselage. To avoid storms and unfavorable winds, a team of meteorologists advised the pilots on the safest routes. The pilot, Dick, who is also the brother of the creator of the Voyager, and the second pilot, Gianna Yeager, became the first pilots to circumnavigate the globe without the need to stop and refuel. So the next time you're sightseeing in Washington, D.C., be sure to stop by the Smithsonian to check out the exhibits of the legendary aircraft, the Voyager. 7. General Atomics MQ-1 Predator. The Predator was the first military drone, or unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV. It became famous for its role in fighting the Taliban in Afghanistan. The Predator can be remotely piloted to fly over 400 nautical mile course, circle its target for up to 14 hours, and return to base. The extensive use of the Predator not only to gather intel, but also to fire Hellfire laser-guided missiles. Predator UAVs have been operational in Bosnia since 1995 in support of NATO, UN, and US operations, and as part of Operational Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan and Operational Iraqi Freedom, flying more than 500,000 flight hours on over 50,000 flights. 6. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. The lethal F-35 Lightning II has been designed to do everything for multiple branches of the military, and it doesn't disappoint. The F-35 transformational capabilities enable pilots to operate in any environment against any threat. It is the most advanced multi-role fighter in the world. The F-35 serves as the backbone of Allied air power for 13 nations and counting. A descendant of the Lockheed Martin X-35, the F-35's mission systems are among the most complex aspects of the aircraft, which includes network-centric warfare and state-of-the-art stealth and radar technology. The F-35A is an agile, versatile, high-performance, 9G-capable multi-role fighter that combines stealth, sensor fusion, and unprecedented situational awareness. 5. Rudder Variety. Designed by famed aerospace engineer Burt Rudin, this unique composite aircraft became wildly popular among amateur aircraft builders because of its aerodynamic resistance to spins, its exotic looks, and its simplicity of design. In a departure from the traditional vertical and horizontal tail configurations similar to the tail feathers of an arrow, the Varieties received a Rudin hallmark, a smaller forewing or canard, and large winglets at the tip of the larger main rear wing. Thousands of planes were sold, and this became the most built kit plane of its time. The success of this aircraft launched Rudin's career, resulting in the construction of dozens of aircraft, 5 of which reside in the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. One of these includes the Spaceship One, which became the first private aircraft to go suborbital space and win the Ansari X Prize in 2004. 4. Boeing 747. Having held the passenger capacity record for 37 years, the original jumbo jet is easily distinguished by the hump created by the upper deck that's usually reserved for first-class passengers. The 747 was more than twice the size of any existing airliner of the day. Back before computer-aided design, engineers hand-sketched 75,000 technical drawings and built a full-scale plywood mock-up to ensure the pieces would fit. Boeing even built the world's largest building at that time just to manufacture the behemoth. The plane was a masterpiece of industrial design. So good, in fact, that it stalled further advancements in passenger aviation. The 747's passenger-carrying duties were expected to last only until Boeing finished design and development of their supersonic transport, intended to compete with the Concorde and the Russian Tu-144. Instead, the 747 shattered its expected limit of 400 units. To date, 1,500 have been sold and many more are on order. The 747 has moved more than 3.5 billion people, the equivalent of half the world's population. Its jobs have included transporting the President of the United States and ferrying the Space Shuttle piggyback style. 3. Gulfstream G500. First plane to adopt side-stick military technology, this private business jet announced alongside its sister ship, the G600, in fall 2014, features fly-by-wire active side stick that provides visual and tactile feedback for the flight crew. Technology previously available only for military aircraft. This feedback through the flight control stick allows both the pilot and co-pilot to track and feel the controls of each other and the autopilot. Flight instruments are brilliantly displayed by Honeywell's Symmetry flight deck. There are 10 touchscreen controls providing pilots with a tremendous amount of flight information. The integrated touchscreens will give crew access to system controls, flight management, communications, checklists, and monitoring weather and flight information. A new wing design manufactured in-house at Gulfstream for the first time provides increased performance and passenger comfort. The G500 made its maiden flight earlier in 2015, demonstrating an unprecedented level of technology, not only in delivering a more fuel-efficient, fast aircraft, but improvements in safety as well. And if you have other questions about this amazing aircraft, just ask Cristiano Ronaldo, as he owns one and can give vouch for its capabilities. 2. Trifan 600. The first of its kind, a hybrid electric propulsion system with 3 generators that powers 2 350 horsepower electric motor on the wing ducts to allow vertical takeoffs. The Trifan 600 has 37.7 feet wingspan and 38.7 feet length, with a crew of 1 or 2 pilots and able to carry 6 passengers. It can reach speeds of 390 miles per hour and reach max altitude in 10 minutes. To buy one, it'll cost you about $7 million. In 2019, it was ground tested to validate the electric motors, battery systems, ducts, propellers, flight controls, systems, and instrumentation. Although more testing is needed before we see these beauties in the skies soon, testing is on course without any major hiccups. The expected release for the Trifan 600 is at the end of 2020. Number 1. Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. Although the Blackbird last flew in 1999, it still holds the world record for the fastest air-breathing manned airplane in history, which was first achieved in 1976. That mark has stood for nearly 40 years, and there doesn't seem to be a challenger rising anytime soon. The Blackbird's basic stealth characteristics and ability to operate at ridiculous speeds and altitude allowed the SR-71 to perform dangerous reconnaissance missions. When the Blackbird plane was engaged by a surface-to-air missile, standard protocol was to accelerate and outrace any threat. The void that the Blackbird's retirement created has many wondering what new machine can match the sheer brilliance of the SR-71's design and capabilities. Rumors surrounding the development of the SR-72 have circulated for nearly a decade, but most recently, Lockheed Martin has won a government contract to study the feasibility of building a propulsion system capable of Mach 7 for Blackbird's successor. Sadly, the shift towards stealthy and lethal unmanned aerial warplanes may replace the need for such a complex and costly aircraft like the proposed SR-72. Which airplanes are your favorites? What other aircrafts do you think should have made our list? Let us know in the comments below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks again for watching.